Okay, hello and welcome back to Year of Law. We are continuing this game. I think we're about halfway through. We're at the recess. We're gonna get into like the second half-ish of the game, and we're gonna hopefully finish it up pretty soon. Okay, so let's see. We are in the court, the lobby of the court. Yeah, just a little because it's been a little bit. So just to sum up, Malin here is the defendant who definitely is innocent, as is the case with most Ace Attorney defendants. And Zelda was the witness who we just finished cross-examining, and she was making some crap up.
Turns out she's a goddamn liar.
Yeah, she was really excited to be in court, so she just made up a bunch of crap. She also, I guess, thinks Malin's the one who did it because she saw her with the knife, even though she was also passed out at the time. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I believe you were Malin.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, because I think she was kind of like in Maya's shoes.
True. It's not going well at all. It's not going all that well, is it?
Yeah, so far I've played every other woman besides Malin.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue.
Can't believe she just makes stuff up like that.
Yeah, that was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. I don't think there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Oh, okay, Impa. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. Thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know. I have? If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby.
I don't know why, but Malin's eyes look like they have a hint of red. It looks like she's high.
Oh yeah, like there's like kind of like a red like at the bottom.
Yeah. I don't know. It almost seems like she's high, at least for me.
That's funny. Yeah, she got high on all the candles or whatever. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The liar? That wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I'm convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason.
But, oh no, I guess it didn't pick up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know if you said the thing, but I didn't hear it. Okay. But I'm willing to explore every possibility. The fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he is the only one who could have lit that fire. He's hiding something. I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. Much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl.
Me?
Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I'm sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind.
You know the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right?
Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she would live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day. And yet, no one knows exactly what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. Princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have of the crown right now. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes of this trial.
And if she dies, her next sister, also Princess Zelda, will take over.
That's true. That's how that works with last names and all. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. Never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all of this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess's impromptu investigation. Directive Impa. What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address. They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess back to the castle. Roger.
And quick question. So, wait, you're saying Zelda's her last name?
Yes.
Then what's her first name?
I don't know. Never mattered.
Hold on, I'm gotta look this
I
up.
think the implication that's what the implication is that's what they're getting at, though I don't know that that's necessarily true in the actual games, but it would make sense when you refer to like a member of royalty, you refer to them as like king last name or queen last name, right?
Right here, a couple sources say her full name is Zelda Hyrule. As in Hyrule's her last
Oh,
name.
because the King Hyrule in some games, I guess it probably depends on the incarnation, but like if she has a name, it would be that. Because usually, yeah, you would say like if there's like King Hyrule or whatever. Yeah, but I think the implication they're making, at least in this version, is that it's the last name.
Gotcha.
Let's see. That did remind me, though, I took this bottle of milk from a couple guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say if she did have a if she did have a full name and you knew it, that would have blown my mind. If it was a name that I just like never,
I would never heard. Yeah. You didn't know she was I can't even think of it. Okay, she's Emily Zelda. You didn't know that?
I fucking didn't. Oh, thank you.
That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. You'll excuse me.
I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor.
Huh? What's this flavor? Well, almond milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. This milk is poisoned, and they both die.
Hmm.
Oh, you're right. I assume this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments.
Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there won't be any today, so maybe it just isn't fresh.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. As the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? This was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? I think there's something odd going on. There makes sense about this in the court record. Defense, the court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn this situation around. Hey, it actually heals us in this game.
Oh, right.
Oh,
It's
that's
like,
so
you
nice.
you get minus a half heart for that milk. It just wasn't that for you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, because I'm just saying, because in the mayonnaise journey games, if you lose part of your health during one of the things, you just are screwed for the rest of the case, or the rest of the trial. That is. Now I'm assuming that changes in later games, and that's just like in the later Ace Attorneys. Maybe they do actually give you your health back. That's probably where that comes from, but. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. This is our first Ace Attorney game where we get our health back, and this first one where we have a text log. So. Okay. Court is back in session for the trial of Malin of Lon Lon Ranch. I trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready.
Naturally, I've personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Oh God, don't use that word foolishness.
Oh man, I think he did do something like that last time. He did one of those lines. Hopefully his ears are intact.
As we discussed before the recess, having established opportunity and means for the defendant to have only one matter remains. The matter of motive. Or naturally, burn be no of mere happenstance.
You're cutting out a bit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why specifically, but
I mean, I tried to match the mic settings before, like, cause I'm on a new PC, so I tried to match the same mic settings. So, I mean, I took pictures of what I had before. So I don't know, unless there's something in Discord.
It might be something in Discord. Yeah, it might be like the in Discord, like cutting you out because you're going too high, or like you're going too loud or something.
Yeah, I'll try to play around with a few settings, and then I guess let me know like if it's better. But yeah, I mean, we'll continue going. I'll just try to be close to the mic for now.
Okay, yeah. But
The prosecution. The defendant had a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. Our next witness can shed light on the matter.
fascinating. Very well, please proceed.
The prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. Funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes.
Oh?
Young boy just wears his work dungarees, dressed like a piece of shit. almost like looking at a different person.
Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court, and he wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working in it.
Quiet defense. Witness, state your name and occupation.
Your Honor, great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I mind Lon Lon Ranch. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders.
How long have you been working at the ranch?
It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it.
Well, it does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch's silo single-handedly.
Wow, that's some dedication.
Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you are privy to inside information. Isn't that correct?
Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're going to be getting loads of unpaid overtime.
Evidently, not every member of the so-called family felt the same way, though, did they?
It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Just a couple of days ago, the owner, Talon, hardly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin. Malin became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her.
And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime. And now we have a motive.
How do we know he's telling the truth?
We have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lon Lon Ranch inheritance document into evidence. Mr. Ingo, why would you? You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing.
I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hardworking Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense, please begin. Okay, just a couple of days ago, the owner signed the ranch over to Malin. Okay. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days. I'm not sure of the exact date. They've been planned for a long time. Callan was getting on in years. Better to take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malin?
Yes, telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago.
What do you mean by partly, witness? So Malin hadn't become the ranch owner yet? Why, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes the moment ownership signed to them. Callan was no fool, and myself convinced him that it was the safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery, he could always revert his decision.
Horrible. I'd never do that.
As much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse by killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give them an inch over yourself.
I must concur. The younger generation is horrible.
Why did you look at me while saying that? Anyway, what that meant was... So I'm sound okay. But why would Malin want to sell the ranch right now? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty little girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown.
Not true. I love working with animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything.
Wah! She's often slacking on the job while I, the hard-working Mingo, have to cover for her. I guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. That Talon loved to sleep on the job, too. Oh, I do recall quite a funny story about the Lon Lon Ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. The guards couldn't wake him up. Like a particularly vocal Kuko, apparently. Jeez. Well, there you go. I'm the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hard-working Ingo.
I think that's not true at all.
I know. How do I stop this? Oops. Do you really think Malin would go that far? Would want to think it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then? Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? That's alright. Well, if Malin didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch. That's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. Wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is this true?
Yes, Father's previous inheritance document did work that way. How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame.
Yes, naturally the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time.
I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we?
Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. How would Malin have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day. Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he changed his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to Kazakhstan to change the inheritance back to the original split. What?
Despite the big wishy-washiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had no time to waste that day.
Is this true too?
Absolutely not. Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either.
What did you about this argument then? I guess we'll go with that. I don't want to give Ingo's twisted version of events any more of the spotlight than necessary. All right, the defense would like to move on and discuss something else. The way she was arguing with him really made me mad. Okay, so yeah, really. So we might end up having to go do that. So we'll go back if we have to, but I'm gonna keep going for now. No, you hold it. That man gave everything for her. He's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. The man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Why, yes. A little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. Was that last statement important? Yes.
Why the milk tastes weird?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, absolutely, it could be part of it. Your Honor, the defense wishes to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony.
What are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder.
I think it's an important detail.
The perfume is irrelevant. But I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthen their case. Then why are you objecting?
Yeah, really. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to your testimony. Okay, Talon Alvin bought, Malin gifts. I saw the latest one, some kind of perfume, I think. Where did you see this? I think it was just lying around the ranch house. Talon probably intended to give it to Malin on the day he was killed. Do you mean this, witness? Why, yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Talon hadn't spent as much on his If only Talon had spent as much on his salary for me, the hardworking Ingo. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know.
I forgot that there was a bottle. Maybe after this, let's look at what you have in your inventory.
Yeah, definitely. What's your relationship with this guy anyway?
Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. No, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it.
Not a single one. Talk about dedication. Even so, something is very much off here. Okay, let's look at what we got. Attorney's badge. That's going to be important. Childhood picture F. Malin with her father. Deep irregular wound. Okay, autopsy. Yeah, made with a sharp metal object. The saw. Ranch inventory. Milk shipments. Where's the milk that left the ranch a little while after the crime? Bloody cloth. Ranch's gift for the princess. Bought just before the crime, found at the crime scene. Oh, that's right. So, okay, this was... Yeah, so this was the bottle of perfume that they were going to give to the princess when she was visiting.
Okay, yeah.
That already is a contradiction, because he's saying, oh, wow, because Ingo's claiming that was a gift from Alan, which it wasn't. So that's already. Let's see. Little bottle found at the ranch near a burned out fire, has a tiny bit of oil inside. Only when the milk shipment was returned to the ranch. One of yesterday's shipments, if it brought it during the recess, seems strangely tasteless. In the inheritance documents. Okay. So let's see.
I'm assuming the perfume then would have to be shown to his state.
Yeah, I saw the latest ones we had. Yeah, so you can present the perfume here. Witness. What is it? Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought from Malin by her father, correct? What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? No, Your Honor. This bottle of perfume was bought for the princess.
No what defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what does the purpose of this bottle change?
Yes, defense. I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important.
It shows that her father didn't really care about his daughter.
Yeah. Early in the trial, Malin mentioned that Talon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malin?
It sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making this visitation. Martha quickly rode out into town to get a new gift.
This info puts one thing into question. Talon says the gift somebody's movements, the princess testimony. I'm thinking somebody's movements because I think what they're getting at is Talon left to go get this gift, so there wasn't no way for that argument to have happened because he wasn't even there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Someone's movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt. Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person? Naturally, the person whose movements become suspect is... I was thinking Talon, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, well, if he had to go into town, then yeah, like you said, he wouldn't be able to have, been there for the argument.
Yeah, it's either Talon or Ingo. The owner of the ranch, Talon. The victim, also defense. If the victim went out to buy the perfume bottle, he should have not been there to get killed. What? Okay. I guess not, yeah. Sounds like not what we were looking for.
Are you proposing that the victim hasn't actually died?
Well,
Of course. Why, perhaps we should send a rescue party. He may still be stuck in the labyrinth that is the local perfume store. Meanwhile, the defense can try to get out of the labyrinth that is their own convoluted mind.
Sorry. But even so, the fact that the perfume was bought at the last minute still causes a big problem. Puts one thing into question. Okay, so... That was the princess's testimony. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I still think it's this, and then maybe it's Ingo. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. The crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. You shouldn't have known about the bottle.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Ah! Order, order. The defense raises a very valid point.
What is the meaning of this?
Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point? No, of course not. I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl is lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before.
you're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day.
One's word against another's. Defense? Do you have any way to prove that your version of events is true?
You don't have, yeah, you wouldn't have a perfume.
I don't know that that would help. Well, I don't think the perfume smell would change one day to the next.
Unless it's really shitty perfume.
Well, yeah. Let's get to the store, find the receipts. One or the, I mean, either one, right?
It's gotta be.
Could theoretically work. I mean, I'll try it. I'll try this. We sent a soldier to ask the store owner when the bottle was bought.
You know how many people visit that store. It's inconceivable that the owner would remember every random purchase.
Any other ideas, defense? Yeah, find the receipt then. Yeah. You buy something, you usually get a receipt. And the receipt always shows the date of purchase. That's to be at the ranch house. They say we send someone out to look for it.
Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top.
I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for that receipt. Your Honor. Yes, what is it, soldier? We've just received the receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene. Very well, thank you. I'll now read it out. There's a lot writing on this. From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. That's the name of the perfume shop? Yes, I think I've seen that store. It's that eccentric looking place in the back alley.
You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore. The gall of this nobody. Running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous.
Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand.
The nerve of that dunderhead. Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every customer a fairy?
Wow, he really hates this guy.
Yeah, really. Prosecutor.
And the balloons. Oh, the balloons! That fool popped one right in my face.
Prosecutor Dragmire, enough. Continuing on, purchase item 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Land. Oh my god. Oh my, this is quite the price. I would have to... Your Honor, please. Date of purchase. Ah, yes, right. Date of purchase. It's March 16th, the day of the murder. Order, order. Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere.
Bah, this still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps a witness briefly went back to the ranch house or something and saw the bottle then.
Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then.
Oh, come on. You think we're gonna believe that?
You have any proof that he didn't?
Well, do you have any proof that he did?
Yeah, really. I believe this calls for further testimony. The witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder. We should learn of his exact movements that day. My movements? Well, all right. Not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. This next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. My non-suspicious movements. As was already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that, and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, was that detective one fine woman. See? I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat. Now, pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Okay, we're gonna... I didn't do this last time, but we'll actually do get to this part first.
Yeah. He's sticking to that story, huh?
Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well.
Never to believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice.
It's time to press for more details. He should have slipped up somewhere. Must be a piece of evidence or a profile waiting to disprove what he's saying. Oh, thanks for that hint. Okay. What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We send out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know. Milk bars? Naturally, everyone loves a good drink, you know. Our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some others water theirs down. Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl usually would be the ones overseeing milk orders. Since the royal visitation was happening that day, I thought they needed their minds unoccupied. I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Force's investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Yeah, and you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it.
Ah, you Hylian. Ridiculous. Getting tipsy from something like milk. And you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit, a real man's drink.
A real man's drink? Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water? Yes, of course. Moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you see. A very thirsty and... You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling? No, wouldn't be right. The milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble.
But truly honest, how dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace?
Right. So what did you see at the house? Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table, plain as day. Great. And after that, witness. And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own? No, you don't have the might of the great Ingo. What? Yeah. Ow. Wham. I get things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. Anyway, that's not important. The point is... so many little references to, like, parts of the game. Let's see, okay. Are you sure? Sure as can be. You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered? They wouldn't let me in. Observing the crime scene or some such. Couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. Is what you just said important? Sure. Your Honor? We're letting the witness to add his last statement to his testimony. What? What are you trying to pull now? Very well, witness. Please amend your statement. Yeah, fine, whatever. Okay, I didn't get to see, yeah. Didn't you have stated an end? Ah, what am I, made of money? Think, boy, I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. You lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. I'm actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. Could you elaborate? She's a hardworking woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on.
Well, he seems totally smitten with her.
Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps when the short of a trial is over, I could. But no, we'll have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your schemes. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We're pointed. Get lots of milk. So right after stay there until the courier came. Sleeper accessing my belongings. When the detective came and told me what happened, well, okay. Let's see, profiles. Witness the murder. So, okay, wait, so you said, I didn't even get to sleep or access any of the belongings. I had to spend the night in the stable. Wait, let's see. Haven't met the rental. After I'd stay there until the courier came. That's what I'm thinking about.
Wait, what about the what does the jar say? The one with oil, like a little bit. I'm thinking, what was I used for, like?
Found the wrench near burned out fire has a tiny bit of oil inside. Actually, we'll come back to this. I think we will try to figure out where the contradiction is next time. We'll come back to this in a bit.